Emyaka 5 emabega Anita Amongo ng'amaze okulya obwa sipiika omu ku basinga okubibya ng'alinga yalidde ekifo ekyo yali Chris Obore. Ono yagunjawo n'enjogera ennaku zino egamba nti tuli mu kintu. Ekyamazima awatali kuwannaanya ono abadde mu bintu. Omwaka oguwedde ekibiina kya NRM bwe kyalangirira Anita Among nti yayiseewo nga tavuganyiziddwa ku kifo ky'omubaka omukyalo owa Bukedeya, Obore yatyabula amazina katono gamuggwe mu kiwato n'atuuka n'okweziringula mu ttaka olw'essanyu. Yalinga alabye ku ndaba kuki era essanyu lye lyabunyisibwa ku mikutu emigattabantu. Wabula ebyobufuzi biringa kibuyaga akunta abulawo mu kaseera obuseera ne weebuuza gy'akutte nga tolabayo. Olwaleero Obore kizibu okuddamu okuzina amazina ge yatyabula. Kaakano n'ebigambo tuli mu kintu oyinza obbigeraageranya ku muntu agenze zira kumwa. Katuddeko emabega otegeere bulungi engeri Obore gye yajja okugwa mu bintu. Obore okufuuka akulira ebyamawulire mu Paalamenti yasooka kukola nga munnamawulire mu lupapula lwa Daily Monitor. Mu kiseera ekyo Sipiika Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga yamusembeza n'amuwa ogw'okkulira ebyamawulire. Kyokka ekisanja kya Kadaga nga kibulirayo enkolagana ye n'Obore yajjamu ebikaawa era Obore w'ofiisi mwe yali atuula n'esibwako kkufulu n'abulwa w'akolera. Kye yakola kwe kudda ku butaka e Bukedeya. Ekiseera kye yamala nga w'ofiisi tagituulamu bannansi kumpi baali beerabidde nti gy'ali. Oluvannyuma okulonda kwa 2021 we kwatuukira. Obore yajjayo n'agwa mu buto mu ngeri y'okwebbulula mu byobufuzi n'akungira Pulezidenti Museveni n'Anita Among obuwagizi mu bitundu by'e Bukedeya. Emikutu emigattabantu gyamulaga bulungi ng'eyali munnamawulire afuuse omukunzi mu byobufuzi. Omukisa nga bwe gutajja lumu bannabyabufuzi bonna be yakungira obuwagizi baawangula. Olutalo lw'obwa sipiika ate awo nawo we lwajjira. Kadaga yawangula omugenzi Jacob Oulanyah ate Anita Among n'afuuka omumyuka w'Oulanyah n'oluvannyuma n'afuuka sipiika omujjuvu oluvannyuma lw'okufa kw'Oulanyah. Wano Obore yawulira nga kisalidde mu ntamu ng'eyasibirwa ebweru mu woofiisi alaba akomeddewo mu maanyi. Awo yajja n'enjogera ey'okugwa mu bintu n'akatambi ne katambuzibwa ng'akinyweza. Kyaddaaki ekifo kye eky'okkulira ebyamawulire mu Paalamenti yakyeddiza nga taliiko agamba. Kyokka era ekibimba kimala ne kikka. Ebintu biddamu okumwonoonekera nate. Mu nvuyo gy'enguzi n'okufuna obugagga obutaliiko bulambulukufu ebinoonyerezebwako mu Paalamenti nga byetoololera ku Sipiika Anita Among n'erinnya ly'Obore lizze livugira ku mwanjo mu abo abasaanye okunoonyerezebwako ku by'obugagga bye bafunye mu Paalamenti ye-11. Ensonda enneekusifu mu Paalamenti zigamba nti Obore ateeberezebwa okuba ng'abadde takoma ku byampuliziganya naye abadde yeetoololelwako nnyo ebyensimbi mu banywanyi ba Anita Among. Era kigambibwa omusimbi mungi ogubadde gumansibwa mu pulojekiti eziwerako e Bukedeya Anita Among z'alinako akakwate Obore yabadde azivunaanyizibwako. Obore era agambibwa okuba nti abadde alina obuyinza obuwerako mu Paalamenti nga n'ensako gy'afuna ekubisa mu eyo efunibwa ababaka abali ku bukiiko bwa Paalamenti. Tinga n'okubaako n'emirimu n'obuvunaanyizibwa bw'otuukako mu Paalamenti ng'olina kuyita mu woofiisi ye.
I mean, if somebody can have up to 4 billion shillings sent to their account in 2 days, because what's the budget of committees? It is way less than that, yeah? So no wonder, yes, he had some preferential treatment, and that's why he was fighting personal battles. So his docket budget was through the roof. Again, at some point we were asking, but this communications docket, what is this money for? Maybe it's part of what was being given to this. The time Anita gave a contract to her personal radio station worth 3.1 billion shillings, Mama Bukedeya FM, apparently to do adverts of Parliament. I asked, I said, were procurement regulations followed? Did other radios and media houses bid so that we get to see which is the most qualified, which has the widest coverage and that kind of thing? So he was really an enabler of Anita amongst dealings. No wonder his docket budget was big. No one would ask questions and so on.
Mu njogera ennyangu, omulimu gw'ebyempuliziganya mu Paalamenti yagusussa n'atandika okuwuliziganya n'ensimbi mu ngeri y'ekyama. Kyokka mu kiseera kino, omusajja abadde ayogeza eryanyi Chris Obore kaakano takyavaamu ddoboozi. Tugezezzaako okumuwuliza ku nsonga zino ng'amasimu gaagamanyiddwa gonna tegaliiko nga ne gyali tewamanyiddwa.
The telephone number you have called is not available at the moment. Please try again later.
Abadde ali mu kintu, alabika ng'eyavudde mu bintu.
I haven't seen Lob's letter because it addressed the Speaker. But if those are the issues contained in the letter, the true position is that the Commission only sits when the Speaker, who's the chairperson, calls it. And to the best of my recollection, there hasn't been a Commission meeting called by the Speaker. If it had been called, my boss, who's the clerk to Parliament, and the secretary to the Commission would have made me know of such a meeting. But no such a meeting has taken place. And the law gives powers to call the Commission to the Speaker. It's just like a cabinet minister asking the president why he has not called cabinet. Calling of cabinet is the responsibility of the president. So he may have other commitments why he's not calling cabinet. So I've never seen ministers telling the president, why have you not called us for a meeting, for a cabinet meeting? Because government still runs. Because there are ministries to run. So in this case, I'm just equating this situation to that the Speaker hasn't called such a meeting, and I would doubt that the Speaker would exclude the leader of opposition in a commission meeting. I highly doubt. That's what I'm saying now. There is no such a sitting, to the best of my knowledge. And I also would say, I heavily doubt that the Speaker would call a commission meeting without informing the law, without informing the Prime Minister, without informing the Minister of Finance, who are all members. I doubt. But as the law is, so let us abide by what the law provides.
Can that happen? Can the commission be investigated?
Investigation means there's a particular thing you want to investigate. Investigate the lack of meetings, investigate what? I don't know what needs to be investigated in this area. Then the other thing I've heard of sitting in Gulu. I think that matter was brought out in the floor of the House. And I am sure Lop was in the House, that there would be a sitting there. And I had members applaud it. And sitting outside Kampala is not illegal. Because while the chamber here is the workplace for MPs, even tomorrow we are going for budget reading in Kololo. Kololo is not parliament, but the speaker makes a declaration for that place to act as parliament. If Kololo can be declared act as parliament for that function, Rukunjiri can as well, and Gulu can as well. Moroto can as well host parliament. So there is nothing illegal. On the issue of the budget for those sittings, I need you to help me make the public understand that there is no additional budget required for the sitting of parliament in Gulu, in Mbarara, or in Masaka, or in Mbale. Parliament already has a budget that has been passed. Parliament has departments. Departments are budgeted for their activities, including travel inland. If we are to go to Gulu, it is the money we use. That's why the activity is technically driven. It's technically driven. This is the clerk to Parliament that is handling the arrangements for Gulu. It's not the politicians. There is no politician who is involved in the planning of the Gulu city, because it is purely a technically driven activity, which budgets have already been provided for. So we don't need any additional money. If those are some of the issues that are coming up, the public need to know that there is no money. I know now, because of this wave, every effort is there to show that Parliament has an ending amount of money. It's unfortunate that that's what is taken to the public, but the reality is Parliament operates like any other government entity within the budgets provided. And maybe I need to explain again on the budget of Parliament. The budget of Parliament goes through a process, including the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee. The law provides that a month before presentation, a month or two, the Speaker, the Parliamentary Commission in this case, has to go to the President to present their budget estimates. This was done. The Parliamentary Commission interfaces with the President on its budget, and the President looked through the budget and gave his approval. It is after that process that then the Minister of Finance is made to put this an appendix to the appropriation bill that comes to Parliament. The budget will have been already discussed with the President, okayed, and the President, the Minister of Finance. We all know that. So it's not true to say the budget of Parliament is smuggled. How do you smuggle a budget to the President? It would assume you're saying that the President doesn't read or doesn't have competent people to analyze Parliament budget before he okays it. He does have all these expert people. So there's nothing unusual with the Parliament budget. But I can understand some people may not have been aware of these processes, and they think Parliament budget just comes and is taken. The President is the controller, is the head of the consolidated fund. Nobody will draw money there without the President approval. So the Parliamentary Commission is not above the President in terms of budget in this country. No. That is the big. If there is anything you need clarification, I'm available. On the issue of why we are taking Parliament to Gulu, to Lira, I would like to tell the public, through your medium, if you so wish, that we have a Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. And Uganda is large. We now have 153 or something districts that constitute Uganda. The Parliament of Uganda can sit anywhere in those districts, provided it is within the geographical location of Uganda. By sitting in Igulu, in Masaka, in Mbarara, in Mbale, those areas are not in Congo, or in Ethiopia than Uganda. The Parliament of Uganda is not Kampala. Kampala is one of the districts of Uganda. But the Parliament of Uganda can be in Ibundibujo. Or why not Kasese? It is in Uganda. So there is no. If they are talking about expenditure, still I would reason this way. Why would you want an MP from Kabong to come to Kampala? Is it an expenditure? It is. We already meet MP's expenditure by them coming to Kampala, because not all constituencies are in Kampala. So what is wrong with this MP sitting in Gulu? What does it change? Moreover, we already pay MPs fuel mileage. We do so. So what is the... I don't see. That thing of budget is for propaganda value.
Honorable Sonyonyi is becoming a public liar to keep saying Parliament is paying out service awards. I think the only thing we need to accept as media, these are my bosses. They can fire me anytime, including Honorable Sonyonyi is my boss. But I think he loves limelight so much than institutional building. There is journalism, there is leadership. So if you are a leader in the Parliament, your work is to build the Parliament, the institution. Parliament is non-partisan as the institution, but the political parties exist here. So Parliament picks from all political parties for management. That's why Lope is a commissioner. But now, if his work is to, like reading news,
blackmail,
then it becomes a problem. And I would request that these bosses of mine start respecting themselves so that we can build the institution called the Parliament. And if Honorable Sonyonyi wants to be transparent, like the way he says, let him start by giving you the accountability of the 2.8 billion we allocate to his office, so that we know it's transparent. He tells you, Parliament gave me this money, I've spent it like this. Then we know that it's after transparency. But it's wrong. That's not how public affairs are run. We have channels of accountability, including the money given to him. He will say, me I don't even touch it, me I don't even do it. Does he touch money? He does not run a department in the Parliament. He's a commissioner. Do you run a department?
no, how can it?
So that is the work of the clerk to Parliament. And the clerk to Parliament is not a novice in politics. He's not a novice in leadership. He began his career in civil service in foreign affairs. He understands the law. He can't be paying public money the way Honorable Sonyonyi says. And I know this is a political season. Face the voters calmly and come back to the House. That's my message to all MPs. Go give accountability to your voters, not by blackmailing the...
I'm reading the things on media, social media. But from the onset, I want to say there was no bribe paid to Honorable Mpuga. There wasn't a bribe. If it is the politics, that is beyond me to talk about the politics of any party. I speak for Parliament. And there was no bribe Honorable Mpuga received from Parliament. For purposes of clarity, the public ought to know that every member of Parliament is paid a gratuity every year. One would classify that as a service reward. 2, Honorable Mpuga, by virtue of being a member of the commission as leader of the opposition, was offering a service beyond being a member of Parliament or being a member of NUP. Because Parliament is a distinct institution. It is an arm of government with its own staff, with its own policies. To reward, for instance, Parliament here, we have a long service reward for staff. any staff who serves consecutively for 20 years is given a reward here. And many organizations has a human resource management instrument, reward their employees for services rendered. Parliament is not doing anything wrong. And the decisions of the Parliamentary Commission are backed by the Parliamentary Act. That is the law. So calling it a reward only serves propaganda value. But in honest terms, it's a legitimate pay. You're talking about the social media exhibition. Yeah. Yes, I am also following the exhibition keenly. And what I can tell you is institutions that reform, institutions that care, first listen. I am watching the exhibition. We are watching the exhibition. We are taking note of what the issues coming. And I issued a statement that we will have time to internally sit down and conclusively address these matters as they come. The only thing I would like you, the media, to tell the public is to be cautious of the deliberate distortions and the smear campaign that might derail the noble cause of the exhibition. It is one thing to hold institutions and individuals to account. It is another to use it as a pretext to malign, ridicule, and insult leaders. That's the only message I give you now. As for the issues coming, we have taken an approach of getting the feedback. And when you're getting a feedback, you don't begin talking. You get the point? So we are getting the feedback, then we will process. My team is picking each and every issue. And then I will table these issues to the clerk to Parliament. Those that are distortions, we will definitely ignore them. Those that have material substance, we will address them. But the issue I want you as the media is to tell the public that the exhibition is tending towards more of a hate campaign and a malignment with a lot of forgeries and distortions. But the idea of to hold us accountable is a noble idea. We hope the exhibitors do not fall into the very trap they are trying to fight. Being now used for political ends becomes a problem. That's my plea to them. As to what is happening, we are receiving the feedback. We are getting the feedback and let it keep coming. We are collecting it. We are assembling the information. My duty is, after that, to submit this to the next level. And they will be processed. And that's how institutions change. That's how it reforms. But please, guard against the exhibition being hijacked to fight political wars. First of all, I still wanted to tell you, the media, I don't know why you have called it Impuga's allowance. Why? It was for parliamentary commissioners. Now you're framing it like this was a token to only Honorable Impuga. I don't like that unfairness. Addressed in terms of the parliamentary commissioners. It's not about Honorable Impuga. Now, making it Honorable Impuga is again falling into the politics, which I'm telling us to stay away from. No. Ask me the validity of the commission giving outgoing commissioners a service reward. In human resource terms, it is valid. What is perhaps bringing the trouble now is because the same commissioners have been returned. Now, what if they had gone? What if they had gone? So that's how organizations operate.
You accept his resignation?
That is the decision of NOOP. I don't want to be talking about NOOP issues. I'm talking about Honorable Impuga as a leader at Parliament now. In terms of Parliament, I do not see any crime committed by Honorable Mpuga. In the eyes of NUP, they have another opinion, which is not my duty to approve or disapprove. I'm here saying, as far as operations of Parliament are concerned, Honorable Mpuga is a clean man.
Can the party withdraw the commissioner from the office of the commission?
Those are political issues. They nominated him, the House approved. Remember, the House can approve or disapprove. So Honorable Mpuga is a duly nominated member of the commission by NUP and approved by the House. Has he committed a crime here? No. He was given a service award, not a bribe. As far as NUP and their member is concerned, who am I, Chris, talk about it? No. I talk about Parliament. In Parliament terms, nothing. Exhibition, I've explained it to you. My team is busy picking the issues. Because all institutions must be able to listen. So we cannot stop the exhibition. But, remember what I've said, we are seeing it tending to become a tool by political actors to malign, to hate, to distort, to forge. I also appeal to them not to take that route. As we get the feedback from them, they should also not take the route of becoming a political instrument. That does not serve the purpose. We want the genuine feedback from the public, not politically induced campaigns. So, number one, if he has committed a gross misconduct, that is how one can step in an office. If you have violated the law, if you have committed a gross misconduct. And I'm telling you here, where is the misconduct? First of all, it is not Honorable Mpuga's payment. It was for parliamentary commissioners. Two, it was discussed in a meeting. Are bribes discussed through minutes? Tell me, is there any bribe where minutes are taken? The commission was exercising its what? Mandate. So I first remove the issue of the bribe. Two, forget the issue of it being Honorable Mpuga's payment. It was the outgoing parliamentary commissioners. If you go to boards of organizations, that happens, outgoing boards. So what bribe is that? But if it is noob politics, please spare me that. I'm not in that. Yes, I'm not in that. Even the Honorable Senyonyi today, I will defend him because he is not just noob. He is a leader in Parliament. Don't forget that. That there is you being NRM, there is you being noob. But Parliament is a public institution. When you come here, you are noob, yes, but you have an obligation to Parliament. And Parliament has its own processes of rewarding good service. Even for us staff, we are rewarded. For instance, if you join today and work consistently for 2 decades, they recognize you.